Stephen, thanks for being on the show today.
Pleasure, man. How's it going?
Going pretty good. I know we're going to talk about some of your stuff. I know you have a new single out, but prior to that, I just want to talk a few things about you play guitar, and
Yes. All right.
more and more, quite a bit. And I know earlier on, and if real quickly, it's gonna be a little quick little piece here. If anybody doesn't know about Stephen, then I don't know you guys been in a cave, but if not, just behind the music, and then he has a great book, Sex, Drugs, and Rat and Roll. That'll bring it right up to where we are right now.
Uh-huh.
But to the point of that story is you play a lot of guitar. Early on, you played a lot of guitar, and it looked like you played on stage.
Yeah.
Then in Rat, you kind of just did the singer thing, and then some of your solo stuff. I think only on your Stripped was when you were playing acoustic live. You don't really play a lot of live guitar, right?
I did do half the set when RATT was a 4-piece for a moment. We didn't have a rhythm guitar player. I think it was 1990. No, who knows? It was one of the times I came back to my band.
Was it the 99 Rat self-titled one?
I think no, it was, we were backing something up and we didn't have a guitar player. We ended up with Carlos, but we didn't have one. And I'd play half the set guitar.
Yeah.
And people would go, whoa, but that's not my gig in RATT. My gig in RATT was day one when somebody asked me, guitar player, can you sing for my band?
Yeah.
And I went, well, I'm a guitar player. And that happened to be the lead guitar player and the other lead guitar player, Chris Hager and Tommy Osakawa, which would have the guys in my first band, Crystal Pistol. So I went with my guitar. It's in the book, and I go, I want to play guitar. They go, we got a guitar player. It's Chris Hager right here. And we ended up going to Rough Cut and whatever, and good friend, and it was funny. So he'll be in that Backstage Past thing, and it's all relevant because we go so far back. It's nutty, and it's like even like talking about Ed. It's just fucking crazy, and that's why the Backstage Past is going to be so important. Is because there's so many musicians dropping right now, and you know what? Hey. Every dog has a day, and I'm just thinking, man, how can we like honor these people before they're out of here?
No,
well,
I agree.
I figured it out, and it goes for me too.
No,
so
your whole
and
legacy.
People love it. I want to know about these guys. Like Rudy Sarzo interviews me, and I go, I had an interview one time. By the way, a real guitar player always has a pick. Oh, there you go. It's crazy when a guitar player. Guitar players don't have a pick. It's like, hey, Stu.
I have them all over the place, everywhere I go. So what I was gonna say is, so with your solo stuff, you never gonna play any guitar live on stage besides that Stripped? I think it's kind of cool. You do.
The only time I play, no, because when I do my solo stuff, no, because my guitar player Eric, and since day one, pretty much does the solos, and Frankie, pretty much from Sea Hags, he pretty much and Arcade, pretty much does the other kind of rhythm, unless it's round and round or something, But no, in Arcade I played a few songs. Yeah. I played SOS. I mean, I wrote every song with Fred Corey and. The first record, and the second record we wrote with Donnie Syracuse, or the other guy in Arcade. But in RATT, that was the only time I actually played guitar. I played half the set. We were 4-piece. It didn't last long because I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. No. But I'd love to play guitar for a band. I mean, I created Vicious Delight in 1995 to play guitar and sing, like I started doing in Mickey RATT, and it's fun. I just do it for fun, and I write every day. And it didn't have nothing to do with this virus. Before this,
I know.
I was writing and released View to a Thrill.
Everything you've done, you've never stopped. You were like the James Brown of songwriting, and I mean, I've lists like here, like literally there's been a year since it was 83. You've done like all the RATT albums, and then. One of my favorite albums you did. Then you had some co-writing, and you had and I had on. We're talking about it. Your Detonator album. When I was talking to Desmond Child, I said, "There's two."
Right on.
We had a great talk. Desmond is such a salt of the earth guy. So we were talking about bands, and we were talking about like albums he co-wrote that didn't get props. And he had a couple. I'm gonna say my two albums I think he worked on were the Scorpions one and yours. Like
Right.
blew me away. Your voice co-writing with those songs was the bomb. And
Yeah.
it's just
I,
ridiculous. And it's so good. Like, was it different
I
writing with
gotta
him?
tell you, working with Desmond was fucking amazing. And I don't know what record "Giving Yourself Away" is. I actually posted something Backstage Past for that.
That was that detonator.
It was, oh yeah, it was a great song, man. And then
Oh,
we ended up doing a record with him, producing with
yeah.
Arthur Payson. And it was cool. Look, dude, when I did that, it was with Diane Warren.
Yep.
And I just put a post of that up. It's crazy. You know,
Mhm.
Desmond was just on my mind and that song. And I'm like, I'm gonna let people know who I wrote that with. It's not a rat. I didn't write it with
No,
rat.
but it was interesting because you and I've gone through your songs. You have a certain voice and a tone, and you know your voice. You own it, which is the best
Yeah.
thing to do for a singer. But they found a different way to do a different melody with your voice. It was just a little bit different,
Yeah.
which was just like
Per
another hit of it was just it was a perfect storm, and it was just great.
mm,
And I was
yeah.
like, I was kind of bummed that at that point, everyone knows the storm of grunge came in, and rock kind of ate
Yeah.
itself too. I would have loved
Yeah.
to see. I was waiting to see, but from that peak to see the next level. Hope like detonator. Like, where you're going to go with that songwriting before everything kind of crumbled in, because
Yeah.
it was so good. It was perfect for your voice. It was good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we have a lot of songs, and I think I'm going to instigate putting together because there's so many bootlegs out there. But the bootleggers, they got to know that I have the biggest bootleg collection of
How do
rats.
you have
So
how do you have control over all that? I mean, like most bands. I mean, you've put out like Mickey Rat. I mean,
I
like I said,
ask, hey, look, push comes to shove, and I see something, I'll buy it, or I'll tell them to give it to me, and whatever. If you want to bootleg it, if you're somewhere else like Korea, I can't help you. But somebody actually sent me something once. It was a 5 CD of unreleased rat music and stuff, and I'm thinking, how did you get this, dude? Somebody in the studio took some of our shit and it just got lost somewhere, or Robin dropped it somewhere.
yeah, right.
a,
It got
a
lost.
tape of the song, and there's a song actually called "Reach for the Sky," which I want to re-release. So I'm going to instigate doing a rat record with unreleased songs. There's
Good,
actually enough. 10. There's
which is good
probably
because I mean, you've got so many good songs. I know you did Collage, the same thing. And even when Rat stopped, you were writing. You've always written. Like I said, you did Arcade. You did
yeah.
Arcade 2, A2, which was really kind of cool. It had more, felt more, even more like Aerosmith, bluesy, rocky feel. Not doesn't sound like Aerosmith, but it has that swagger to it.
Sure.
You did Vicious Delight, which was a little bit different. Well, and
Oh.
then you did Vertex, was kind of
Now, oh man, Vertex, shit, man. Let me tell you something. I like that record. It was really weird how Al Petrelli, and he's so fucking good.
he's good, isn't he? He's ridiculous.
We it came to be that project. This Japanese drummer kid, Hiro Kiritani, um, wanted a project to do a band, and they specifically picked me as to sing, and they're in Japan conjuring this up, and Al Petrelli on guitar, and go to A&M, the A room,
Yeah.
for as long as we wanted, with as much gear as we wanted, and get on the bus at the end of the day when the record comes up, mega promotion, one huge video, and go open for Manowar in small clubs. And it didn't work. And then the band just, but Al Petrelli, well, we wrote that, me and Al Petrelli, man, I gotta tell you, we tried so many things in the studio. That one song, there's a One Like the Sun.
Yeah.
He's like banging on the keyboards with a drumstick. I mean, and I'm singing through a big tube with a mic on the end. We tried everything just to fuck around,
It feels like a
And,
fun
but it
experimental.
had to be heavy.
It's
But
heavy.
it
It
had
was
to
heavy.
be It had to be industrial. That's what the kid wanted. Yeah.
It looked like it was fun. That was kind of my question, how fun it was for you, because clearly, like I said, you're always doing stuff like Vicious Delight and Arcade were kind of still in the rock vein, you
Mm.
know. But Vertex,
Yeah.
I mean, you look like you're having fun in the video. It feels like it was like a fun, creative blast to just kind of do something different,
Why not? Why not?
No, there's no reason why not. It's a good idea. It's fun.
Yeah, I can't play rap music for the rest of my life, or during my life, because you know, from the early day when I started playing guitar, I started writing songs. It's that crazy. And I just developed, and hung out with people who play guitar. You know, eventually Robin and Chris and all these guys taught me. And then I taught myself. And then I don't know, all of a sudden I'm the singer, dude. So I'm just gonna go with that guy and then do my own thing because the solo record's done. Yeah, the solo record's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sixth one, we're ready to go, you know.
When's it coming out?
It'll come out this year.
Okay, cool. And the big single right now is Girls on Film.
And they want, my manager wants to put it out on the Legacy record, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, the story behind it's crazy. I love that band.
I do too. I mean, when I read your book, I was like, I love Duran Duran too. I think there's a perfect meld of like poppy. You know, it's perfect.
Yeah, I liked it because of the fashion. Because you know, somebody. I hung out with people back then. When I first moved to LA in 1980, man, I was experimental, dude. I tripped around Hollywood to Chris and John, and we just had to learn Hollywood. And we came from San Diego, Mickey RATT. We were playing huge shows, huge, and we had to start all over again. You know. But Robin's band was huge. My band was huge. Mickey RATT. I mean, seriously, playing theaters and big Crosby Hall, all these big places. It was crazy in the late 70s, man. Everybody just wanted to party, you know, and we were in it. And then all of a sudden, Van Halen, and then it was, forget it. There's the bar right there, Van Halen, and I was so glad he was my friend.
Did you ever get to play like guitar with him? Like hang out with him, play guitar at the studio?
You know, when I saw him personally, when he'd come by or something, or I'd go to his pad a few times. It wasn't about guitar. It was only once when I went to his pad that I went in the studio and he played me something that Sammy Hagar was singing.
Oh yeah.
Actually. But we were both fucked up, so I don't know. You know.
I like
he played it to me,
he goes, yeah.
He did tell me, he goes, Sammy would be pissed if I played this. And I go, whatever, man, let's go. You know, we don't play guitar. He doesn't play guitar in my house. If there was one there, he'd pick it up.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, just hanging out. He always had a guitar. So I just meant like, you know, just hanging out for fun, not like a thing, just kind of fun.
Yeah, we had other things to talk about.
I'm sure you did. I like some of the stories you had about he kept a few things at your house. It was alcohol he was hiding from earlier on in your story.
Yeah.
Little funny stories.
Cool. It was cool, man. He left my pad once on his motorcycle, and he got a 502. I'm like, fucker, man. Oh, he's crazy. It was crazy. It was so much fun, man. I got stories for days. But anyway, I'll say it. When we started working on those songs, we were in Hawaii, I believe, on our way to Japan. And Juan had a recording studio with us, like a decent kind of, you know, in Iraq. Yeah. And we parked in Hawaii, and that's where a few of those songs came out. But it was incredible. That record is such from Cellar. Cellar was like, let's get the fuck out of here and play our shit. I mean, it incorporates out of the Cellar some Mickey RATT songs.
It does, but it's like it was next level.
Yeah, and it's stuff that, you know, we've been wanting to play and jam, and we were playing other songs, RATT, besides what was on Cellar. You know, I Won't Lose, a song I have, Reach for the Sky, I have, and I never wanted to release a song that is the title of a record. That's why it never got its due.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's really good. It was actually a little trivia. Well, I don't get it. It is a backstage story. It was written when Mark Tureen, the singer of the Bullet Boys, was playing guitar more than singing. And Warren split for a few months, and he pulled in. And when he did, Robin, Mark Tureen, and myself wrote the song Reach for the Sky and I Won't Lose. And they're fucking great. I want them out. I want them heard. It's over 40 years. I love your stuff. Damn, it was like it was early on. It was like before. It was 1982. you know, or 3 when Warren first joined, you know. Everybody's hopping chairs. But anyway, that song's amazing.
That's cool. No, thank you,
But
man. It's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
yeah, but Lay
All
It
the
Down,
anthology stuff is awesome. Yeah.
yeah, but anyway, that turned it backstage. But that record, Lay It Down, man, Bo just kicked our asses, you know. I mean, really, we were crazy in the studio for a while, but when it came to him saying,
Yeah.
you know, nobody complained. Everybody, including myself, got to work. I'd do things over and over and over and over, and he'd go, try this, and I would. He's a producer, right? I've always dug writing with people, and that's where you get different shit. I can write with anybody now.
But it's good the band did it too, though, because you had a huge album. The first one was so huge, you needed to come back with something really strong, and that was a strong album to follow up with. You know?
Yeah, there's some cool shit gonna happen, but yeah, man, and to Lay It Down, man, I gotta tell you, that was a great record. I mean, he really topped himself on that, and it ended up doing like over 2 mil. So
yeah,
Seller
that's
was,
good.
but Seller was like, let's get out of here, you know, and we did. We're all crazy, and then Lay It Down. It was like, okay, this is gonna happen all the time. Is this gonna happen all the time? This is our sophomore. We're huge. We got Bon Jovi opening up, or, you know, it was insane. 85, 86, man, out of control. And that record just took off. And next thing you know, it's like we get off the road, and not more than like a month or two, it's like, start writing. We're going into pre-production. You know, we created this thing, since we're in this situation with this virus and whatever, and who knows about the live show. So everybody's experimenting.
Yep.
What I'm doing is with my girl here is we've created a thing called Backstage Past, and it incorporates going back to the beginning with myself and through your career, and you know, up until you know, what is your legacy at the end of the day. You'll be you know, interviews, you know, live jamming with special guests, and the first thing's coming out. We start filming on the 23rd, and it'll go back to my history of Mickey RATT all the way through the RATT years, with live footage going back, stuff nobody has ever seen. And that's the whole premise of it. We've been working on it for quite a while, and it's going to be a program that's going to show somebody probably every week, once a week, special guests. And it's way cool. That's all I can say. Just go to officialstephenpearcy.com, and all the info will be there.
Is that, I was going to say, what platform is going on? Is it going to be on web or access to, like,
it'll
TV
be streamed on a network.
On a program, okay.
Yeah, stream network, but it's a huge network, over 100 million. So we're happy. We're happy. That's
awesome.
With that.
Very cool. All right.
I mean, just go to theratpack.com, go to officialstephenpearcy.com, where you will soon see Backstage, Stephen Pearcy's BackstagePass.com.
Yeah.
And anything else is really on officialstephenpearcy.com. And there's all kinds of fun stuff in there.
There's a lot of stuff on the site. It's really good. And your video too. The new Girls on Film videos on there too.
Yeah, you know, I had to do that because it was just crazy. I mean, look, my guitar player, Eric, the fucking guy, I think I mentioned it. He's way creative. He just sends me songs, and I just immediately write lyrics and figure out an arrangement. It's like clockwork. It's the weirdest thing. And we could be recording, and I'll stop them and say, no, we're gonna play this now. Trash that song. So I mean, I move fast. I mean, I'm like, my girl can't fucking handle it, but she keeps up. She keeps up because it's Backstage Pass. She's the brains, and I'm the whatever. But anyway, so officialstephenpearcy.com, and there's going to be soon that program, and it's going to be a stream show. It's on a network, and we're way excited. And the first show is going to be my legacy, and from there it will go. I'll be auditioning. I mean, not auditioning. I'll be interviewing and, you know, jamming with guests and Backstage Past, the story and lives of as many rock musicians as I can, you know, and give them respect. And the whole deal with it is, what is your legacy? Because put it this way, Daryl Hall isn't inviting fucking Rob Alford over to hang out and jam.
He might after hearing this.
Why not? It's like somebody's got to do it. So I'll start out with this unplugged, you know, trip, and then turn it into metal maybe in a second, and all hell breaks loose. You know,
There's a lot you can do with this. This is a great idea.
Yeah, well, it's already on the burner. The heavy metal show has nothing to do with that metal show, believe me, with all due respect. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. I mean, and that's what really brought it up to my attention, is like, what, Daryl Hall, man, he doesn't even invite a Rat in there or something, or invite a Motley guy in there. Invite Vince, motherfucker, you know. But anyway, all is good.
It's all good.
All is good.
But you're the best.
Me and my girl Christy Adair just kicking some butt, man. It's going to be great.
It's awesome, man. You have a good time.
Thank you, brother.
All right, take care. Bye.